Hello everyone, welcome back to E46 channel. My name is Indrit and today I'm going to show you how to upgrade your headlights from HID into LED Angel headlights. I got the kit from JDM for about 70-80 bucks. I'm very happy with the kit because they are still running and I have them installed for about 5-6 months if I'm not wrong, and they are still working good. The only thing is that when you record them, because when you look at them in person, you don't see any flickering or anything. It's just very tiny bit, but when you record them you see a lot of flickering, but I think that is cool and it doesn't hurt anything. Might as well be because of the connection, because I'm going to explain that in a second. When I got the kit, I think I was missing one wire, and the only thing that would make them come on and off when the key was in the ignition, it was that wire that was supposed to go into the ECM, which I didn't get. I looked on the JDM website about the diagram or about the connection, but I couldn't find anything. So instead of contacting them and asking them for another kit or another wire, I might as well should have done it myself. But anyways, I chose the easy way, so I attached and I connected the LED headlights into the existing one, so that way I didn't have the lights on the dash, and so I could have all the features that the car comes with. But anyways, let's get into it. I'm going to show you in details what you need to know and how you can do this yourself at home. So to remove the headlights, you only have 4 screws that you need to remove. There are 2 screws at the top here. One is so you need a deep extension to reach under there. It's on the inner side of the light, and there is one back here, which I'm just removing right now, in the back of the headlight, and then everything should come apart easily. I'm going to show you how you can pull it out right now. 4 screws and one more on in the fender here in the hole. Because of the corner light, you have to remove the corner light in order to get the assembly out. Okay, now that the corner light is out, we are actually able to remove the headlight. Something you should be careful is pulling the trim here where the nozzle is, the headlight washer nozzle. So pull this slowly till you hear that click. Same thing on this other side here, and once you feel that it is coming out, just pull. Okay, there it is. And then okay, and then we'll disconnect all the connectors. The wiring is the rubber piece that protects it from water. You have to pull the tabs up, and that comes out. And then there are these clips here that you get to pull up and release the headlight. I'm gonna struggle a little bit here because I cannot remove the headlight completely since I have soldered the connection. But anyways, so what I did, I moved it a little bit like closer to the other light, and then attach it with 3M tape, and as well it comes with this clip up here. It actually comes with 2 each, but I broke them because they were very fragile and very hard to work with. And then I glue these, use some crazy glue to hold this in place, and then you attach it at the top of the housing. And then I used, I believe, 5 or 6 3M tape to attach it and to hold it in place. And as you can see, it's very stable, doesn't move. Same thing on the other side, but this side here is actually easier to work with because you can attach it all like in one without too much effort. Not like this one that you have to have more tape on this side and you move it inwards. They, as you can see here, they come with this with the wires, which for me at least, I ran them above the housing, the light housing. Same thing on the other side here, and you can see, you can tell from there, it's right here, and the other one comes up there, and they both go through the housing backwards, and like brought them out from the housing to this one, made a hole right here, and I'm gonna attach this. And after I fed the wires through the plastic piece here, as you can see, there are okay, so a red one and the black one going into the main one, and then another one. Now I use the white wire here, but that is the ground one, and there you can see that's the power, that's the ground one for the daylights. Now why I did this is because I wanted to run to have the Angel LED lights running day and nights as daylights, and then and at night as well, because like they look good. But at first I just wanted to run them alone during night, but they didn't do very much light. So then I decided to have the projectors running as well, plus the angel eyes. But at that moment I was gonna have a problem with the current running one way, because what was gonna happen here, if I would have connected power source from both connectors, from the daylight and the night light, when the switch was gonna happen from daylight to night light, there was gonna be current running backwards into the daylights, because there is more power into the night light. And for that I used some rectifier diodes, as you can see here. I think this one was already this one was coming with the kit, so I used that one, and I think that was a 2 amp, but then I bought some more, and there you can see the 5 amp ones. At first I got some smaller ones which I didn't want to use, but then I got these 5 amp ones just because of the high voltage that is running through on the projectors because of the ballast, and that's why I use the rectifier diodes. So this way, like, I'm sure that nothing bad is gonna happen into the system, to the car computer. Both positive wires and both ground wires get connected together here, and from there it still goes to the positive, but there are one positive that goes to the daylight and one power source or positive that goes on the night light, and that is how I get source from both from both lights, from both positions, day and night light. And as you can see, where I decided to put the diodes is right before they attach together, because you don't want that one light gets power from both sources and one gets just from one source, because you're gonna cause damage to your computer. So I used the diode right after the connector, the power source, like right here, and then when it goes to connect like both power sources and then go to both lights, let's say if I get power from the night light, it goes here and then it powers both of them, and then if I switch it to the daylight, right away there is power coming from the daylight and goes there, and that prevents the power from going backwards into the night light. Just from that moment I had to put diodes here to prevent the damage I was going to cause to it. And that was the most interesting part that I did. Everything else after is just like slicing it a little bit and then soldering it, and then use some electrical tape to isolate it, and that is it. Like the same thing I did on the other side, and this way again I get daylight, like I have both of them running during the daylight. I get both of them running during the night light, and I have no problem or whatsoever so far with it, just because of using the diodes. So I'm gonna go and test them right now so you guys can see. Okay, so ready to test them. Now I'm gonna turn the car on with I'm gonna switch the key to the on position with the light switch into the daylight position there, and then if I try to indicate something or high beam with the daylights, that works perfectly. But if I turn the night lights on, the projector, it works good, but when I try to high beam, it doesn't work. So I have to turn actually the actual high beam on for it to work. Pulling it towards the driver, towards the steering wheel, it doesn't work. Like, I must have done something wrong, so for that, if you guys have any suggestion, please let me know. Now this is what I was trying to say earlier. So if that would have been a bit more inwards, like towards the grill, I would have missed almost half of the light, but this way I have the full eye. Same thing on the other side, and that's why I moved it, like I positioned it a little bit more toward, like closer to the other headlight. And that after we put that, it's time for the lens. Okay, and after the lens is fully installed in place, don't forget the rubber piece there. Everything got the snap, so you know it's in place. And there you go. It's time that we install it. Okay. It's a very easy process to do. It's not hard to do, just the connection, I would say, is the most important thing. Okay, and last, I forgot to mention that to do this job you have to take, if you still have to take the headlight assembly out, but I think it'd be easier if you remove the air filter box as well. It helps a lot. I'm gonna put the air filter box back, and that is gonna be the video for today, guys. So if you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. and might as well consider subscribing, so that pushes me to make even more videos in the future for stuff like this, like doing upgrades your own, fixing the car yourself, cleaning and restoring stuff. But anyways, until then, thank you guys and see ya.